Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the 10 most harmful foods that damage our heart. This is extremely important because cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of death worldwide, not cancer. Cancer is only second. Heart disease ranks first. Every year, around 18 million people die from it, which is double the number of cancer deaths. This includes both heart attacks and strokes, one caused by lack of oxygen supply to the heart and the other by blood clots or brain hemorrhage. The important point here is that there is no consensus on how to view and treat this disease. Some schools of thought claim that all chronic diseases, including heart disease, are caused entirely by diet. Meanwhile, the majority say diet is a factor, but not 100%. Genetics and other unknown factors also play a role. We also don't agree on which foods are truly harmful to the heart. Some foods we should avoid, we don't. Others we consume freely without realizing the risk. That's why today I want you to really understand the root of the problem. Don't just follow lists you find online. For example, searching foods causing heart disease on Google gives hundreds of millions of results, many repeating the same old narrative. Saturated fat is bad, it raises LDL cholesterol and causes heart disease. But that's not true. This myth was created 50 to 70 years ago and still circulates, even though science shows that people who eat high-quality saturated fats often live longer and don't have more heart disease. Yet we're constantly told to avoid butter, coconut oil, pork fat, beef, lamb, eggs, especially yolks, bacon and full-fat dairy. And that's the real problem. Instead of repeating slogans, we need to understand the actual mechanism of disease. Media and even health authorities downplay the dangers of cookies, pastries and baked goods, putting them at the bottom of the list. But these foods contain processed vegetable oils, sugar and preservatives, far more harmful than natural saturated fats. Heart disease is the consequence of damaged blood vessels. When vessels become inflamed, cracked or injured, the body tries to repair them, leading to plaque buildup and calcification. Blood clots can then travel to the brain and cause strokes. The key questions are, what damages blood vessels in the first place? The answer: inflammation and oxidative stress. The main trigger for both is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is not a disease, but a maladaptation to an unhealthy lifestyle. When reversed through lifestyle change, it can restore health and reduce risks of diabetes and heart disease. The real culprits are inflammation, oxidative stress, and insulin resistance, not saturated fat. Now, let's go through the 10 foods most harmful to the heart. White rice. Though not the worst, it contributes to high blood sugar and insulin resistance, especially harmful for those with diabetes or metabolic disorders. Historically, Asians ate rice but had different lifestyles. No processed foods, fewer snacks, and more physical labor. So insulin resistance was rare. Today's lifestyle changes everything. Bread. Similar to rice, but worse, because gluten causes gut inflammation, immune reactions, and digestive issues. Even if you're not diagnosed with gluten intolerance, removing bread benefits most people. Alcohol. Small amounts can be metabolized by the liver, but excess leads to fatty liver, oxidative stress, and mitochondrial damage. Modern fatty liver disease is often caused by fructose, from sugar, soda, syrups, more than alcohol itself. Beer is even worse due to starch and uric acid spikes. Ultra-processed foods, instant noodles, snacks, packaged foods, protein bars and cereals, full of sugar, seed oils, additives and refined starch. They're nutrient-empty, addictive, and drive insulin resistance and heart disease. Fast food, a perfect storm of all harmful ingredients, refined bread, sugary sauces, fried potatoes in oxidized oils, and sodas loaded with sugar. This combination overloads the liver, spikes insulin, and damages blood vessels. Refined seed oils, soybean, corn, canola oils, heavily processed with heat, pressure, and chemicals, stripped of nutrients, high in omega-6 and inflammatory. Good oils include cold-pressed olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and walnut oil. Fried foods. The problem isn't frying itself, but repeatedly reheating unstable oils, which creates toxic free radicals. Animal fats, pork lard, beef tallow, chicken fat, and coconut oil are more stable and safer for frying. Margarine, marketed as a healthy alternative to butter, but actually one of the most toxic man-made fats. Made from hydrogenated seed oils, it contains trans fats that damage mitochondria, cause inflammation, and raise heart disease risk. Food labels often hide trans fats by manipulating serving sizes. Donuts. The most concentrated combination of harmful factors: white sugar, refined flour, gluten, industrial oils, artificial flavors, and preservatives. If you wanted to design the most dangerous food, it would look like a donut. Sugar, the #1 enemy, provides zero nutrition, disrupts metabolism, spikes insulin, drives fatty liver, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation. Worst of all, sugar is addictive. It stimulates dopamine, making people overconsume without feeling full. It hides everywhere: sodas, energy drinks, juices, yogurt, sauces, snacks, and especially high fructose corn syrup. Summary: wrong foods, insulin spikes, oxidative stress, inflammation, blood vessel damage, widespread insulin resistance, fatty liver, weak mitochondria, chronic disease outcomes, heart attacks, strokes, hypertension, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. Final message: don't just follow what doctors or professors say. Learn the underlying mechanisms. Only with knowledge can you reverse disease. Thank you for watching until the end. If you found this valuable, please like and share, and don't forget to follow the channel so you won't miss future content.